Bonjour!
Hello everyone, here we are with another weekly update on our travels. We've just left Nimes, France.
So we arrived and it was an extremely hot week. It was about 30 to 34 degrees every day. It was gorgeous and the city is not very busy. So it was lots to do tourist-wise, but everywhere was super quiet and tranquil, so we loved exploring the city.
Especially around Roman ruins. So Nimes is famous for a lot of Roman history with a fantastic arena that was really well preserved that we got to explore, as well as a fantastic museum full of artifacts and artworks and mosaics and wonderful examples of all the Roman history of this area.
So one thing they're famous for is bulls, and actually they did bullfighting in this historic arena, and they still do to this day. And bull is on the menu everywhere. So I had bull stew one evening, there's bull sausage, you name it, it's full of bull.
So we checked into an Airbnb. We had an apartment for the week, which is great. So we had a kitchen and all laundry and everything that we needed, and it was fairly close to town. We could just walk and it'd be about 10 minutes to the center of the city. But we got the city pass, which was great. It was a week pass and it allowed us to do all the transit and all the museum.
And just down the street from us is a famous indoor market called Les Halles, and it's everything produce. You can even eat in the market, and we got to buy all kinds of fresh produce and cheeses and meat. It was amazing.
One of the first things we did was we went to this arena. So it's a smaller version of the Colosseum, and they had a wonderful audio guide that taught us a lot about the history of why it was built, where it was built, what they did there, all about the gladiators and the fights and the entertainment and the different sections, and you explored and walked around the whole place, and it's very well preserved right now, and they even do modern concerts there. They've got a music festival coming up this summer where they're going to have a lot of great bands playing there, and it'd be a wonderful venue to see all these things in.
Another thing Nimes is famous for is there's an aqueduct which is about 50 kilometers out of Nimes. It's called Pont Gard, and it is the most well-preserved aqueduct in the world, and it's also the tallest. But the aqueduct runs 50 kilometers to Nimes, and there's these springs that come up, so you can actually go to the historical Roman fountains and where they used to bathe as well and get water. There's wash houses where you can see traditionally where women would go to wash clothes. So it's all been restored, surrounded by gardens, and it's absolutely beautiful. So that was really nice.
We got to learn a lot about all the things that the Romans built in order to keep everybody fed and with water and safe, and all the walls that they built. They still had lots of gates around the city that were still there from 2,000 years ago. And Nimes really showed that the Romans had a strong presence in the southern France region, and Nimes was one of the earliest and biggest outside of Rome in order to build all these things and to have them for the people there.
So what we also learned is Nimes is where denim comes from, de Nimes, and it's now called denim. So it's traditionally that fabric was made in Nimes, and there's a little bit of information about that at one of the museums. So that was pretty interesting. De Nimes.
So we did lots of fun things. We did this little mini train bus tour around the city that showed us all the sights and all the churches and all the different places to go. And it's a great way to get to know a city really quickly in order to know where do we want to go back to. But they had lots of other museums. They had a contemporary art museum that was
very interesting. The garbage can, we'll have it in our pictures, was my favorite exhibit.
But they had a modern art museum and a Renaissance art museum that was really impressive, and we really enjoyed those times to be able to go and see all these amazing pieces of artwork that have been saved and preserved and displayed for everybody to see. The one gallery that we went into, we were the only people there, and the security guards followed us around the whole time because they had nothing else to do.
Yeah, so it was pretty interesting. One evening, we went out for dinner, and we met this really amazing Scottish couple who were super fun, and then we went out for drinks with them, but it was really fun to get to know this Scottish couple.
On our ride out to the Pont de Gard, we rented e-bikes, and so that was a really great day because we were able to ride about 50 kilometers out to the Pont de Gard and then to explore all that. But then on the way back, we got to take the back roads and go through a lot of countryside and saw lots of vineyards and beautiful little spots, and we even stopped off and had a little swim in a river that goes along there and got to see some kayakers go past, and it was just a really great day, and the e-bikes made it really easy and really simple for us to ride really quite a long distance in a hot day, but not have too much trouble or struggle with it, and it worked out really well.
And we rented our e-bikes from Uzès, which is a medieval town. So we were able to explore this little medieval town. There's like a castle historical castle. And again, it's all these little streets that are super narrow and little boutiques and cafes. So it was amazingly very romantic.
So overall, if you haven't been to Nimes, you should definitely go check it out. We got lots of feedback from our family and friends that have been there, and they all really enjoy it. And it was a pleasant surprise for both of us to be able to go there and to experience and learn all that we did while we were there, and to not be so busy and surrounded with lots of other tourists. We've had a great time, and we're looking forward to our next week in Barcelona and exploring all over there, but stay tuned for the next video.
Okay, bonsoir! Listen to that!